Have you ever wondered why, despite giving your all, people barely seem to notice? You invest your time, energy, and emotions into others. Always there, always reliable, yet somehow you're left feeling invisible. They don't call to ask how you're doing. They don't appreciate the sacrifices you make. And the worst part? Deep down, you know this isn't the life you deserve. What if I told you this isn't just bad luck or ungrateful people? It's a psychological pattern, a trap we fall into when we care too much and forget to care for ourselves. By the end of this video, you'll understand why overcaring leads to invisibility, how Carl Jung's groundbreaking theories explain this dynamic, and most importantly, how you can escape this cycle to reclaim your worth and presence. Stick with me, because this might just change your life. Section 1. The cost of overcaring. Let's start with a truth that might sting. Caring too much doesn't make you more lovable. It makes you more forgettable. From a young age, we're conditioned to believe that kindness, selflessness, and sacrifice are virtues. Be nice. Help others. Put their needs before yours. These lessons shape how we see the world and how we see ourselves. But no one tells us the dark side of this equation. When you're always available, when you constantly put others first, people stop seeing you. Why? Because humans are wired to value what's scarce, not what's abundant. When you're always saying yes, always giving without hesitation, your presence becomes predictable, and what's predictable fades into the background. Carl Jung, the father of analytical psychology, called this psychic energy, the mental and emotional fuel we all have in limited supply. When you spend that energy endlessly on others, you're left running on empty. Worse, you've taught people to see you as a resource, not a person. Think about it. How many times have you gone out of your way to help someone, only for them to disappear when you needed them? How often have you sacrificed your peace, only to feel taken for granted? This is the cost of overcaring, and it's a cost far too many of us pay without even realizing it. Section 2. Why overcaring makes you invisible. Here's a harsh reality. The more you give, the less people value it. Let's break this down. People value what they have to earn. It's a basic principle of human psychology. When something is always available, it loses its perceived worth. Imagine someone giving you a priceless diamond every day. At first, you'd be in awe, but over time, you'd take it for granted. The same applies to your energy, your time, and your care. This dynamic ties into one of Jung's core concepts, the persona. The persona is the mask we wear to navigate the world. It's the version of ourselves we show to gain approval and fit in. But here's the danger. When your persona is built entirely around being the giver, you lose touch with your authentic self. You become a character in someone else's story rather than the author of your own. And this mask has a price. Over time, it drains your vitality. You feel frustrated, resentful, and, worst of all, invisible. Imagine this. There's a woman named Elizabeth. She's the kind of person everyone turns to. At work, her colleagues rely on her to fix last-minute problems. At home, her friends know she'll always pick up the phone, no matter how tired she is. One day, she realizes something unsettling. No one ever asks how she's doing. No one notices when she's struggling. She's always there for others, yet feels completely alone. Can you relate to? Have you ever felt like the world expects everything from you but gives nothing back? If so, you're not alone. And the reason behind this lies deeper than you might think. Section 3. The emotional trap of overcaring. Why do we do it? Why do we keep pouring ourselves into others, even when it leaves us empty? The answer lies in our emotional conditioning. Many of us grow up believing that love and approval are earned through sacrifice. Maybe you had a parent who only praised you when you excelled, or a friend who only valued you when you were useful. These experiences create deep-seated patterns. You start to believe that your worth is tied to how much you can give. Jung called this shadow work, confronting the parts of ourselves we'd rather ignore. In this case, The shadow is the fear of rejection, the anxiety of being unloved, and the desperation to prove our value. But here's the truth. No amount of overcaring will make someone love you more. In fact, it often has the opposite effect. People respect those who respect themselves. And when you don't set boundaries, you're signaling that your needs don't matter. Section 4, the solution, caring with boundaries. So, how do you break free? How do you care without losing yourself? The answer is deceptively simple. Boundaries. Boundaries are not walls. They're guidelines. They're the rules you set to protect your time, energy, and emotional well-being. And the first step to setting boundaries is recognizing your own worth. Jung called this process individuation, the journey to becoming whole. Individuation means reconnecting with your authentic self, not the mask you've worn to please others. It means saying, I matter, my needs matter, my peace matters. Start small. The next time someone asks for your help, pause. Ask yourself, do I want to do this? Do I have the capacity to do this? If the answer is no, then honor that. Practice saying no without guilt. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but remember, every no to others is a yes to yourself. And the more you say yes to yourself, the more you'll see your worth, and so will others. Section 5. The power of selective caring. Caring isn't about giving to everyone. It's about giving to the right people. Those who value you, respect you, and reciprocate your energy. Think of your energy as a currency. You wouldn't hand out money to anyone who asked, would you? Your care, your time, and your attention are just as valuable. Spend them wisely. Jung's teachings remind us that true connection doesn't come from endless giving. It comes from mutual respect, understanding, and balance. By being selective with your care, you're not being selfish, you're being wise. Take a moment to reflect. When was the last time you said yes when you really wanted to say no? How did it make you feel? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might just inspire someone else to start setting boundaries today. Section 6. The psychological freedom of setting limits. When you start setting boundaries, something incredible happens. You free yourself from the invisible chains of overcaring. This freedom is not just emotional, it's psychological. Carl Jung believed that true psychological health comes from balance. This balance can only be achieved when you stop overextending yourself for others and start conserving your energy for what truly matters. For many, this shift feels like a revelation. Suddenly, you realize that your worth isn't tied to how much you give. You begin to reclaim your time, energy, and identity. And the people who genuinely care about you, they will stay. They will respect your boundaries and value your presence even more. Section 7. Practical steps to reclaim your worth. Recognize patterns. Reflect on where you overextend yourself. Who are the people or situations that drain your energy the most? Practice self-awareness. Notice the moments when you're tempted to say yes out of guilt or fear. Pause and ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Learn to say no. Start small. Practice saying no to minor requests and gradually build your confidence. Seek support. Surround yourself with people who respect your boundaries and encourage your growth. Prioritize self-care. Make time for activities that recharge you. Whether it's reading, meditating, or simply taking a walk, prioritize your well-being. Section 8. Why solitude is essential for great minds. There's one more aspect we must address: the importance of solitude. Carl Jung, along with many other great thinkers, emphasized the transformative power of solitude. Solitude is not loneliness. It is the sacred space where you reconnect with yourself. It's where you can hear your own thoughts, free from the noise and expectations of the world. Why do great minds choose solitude? Because in solitude, you gain clarity. You reflect on your life's direction, reassess your priorities, and nurture your creativity. It's in these quiet moments that you discover who you truly are. Jung believed that individuation, the process of becoming whole, requires periods of isolation. It's during these times that you integrate the lessons of your experiences and strengthen your sense of self. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the demands of others, perhaps it's time to embrace solitude. Step away, even briefly, and allow yourself the space to breathe, think, and grow. Conclusion: reclaiming your presence. Let's return to the question we started with. Why does caring too much make you invisible? The answer lies in how we value ourselves. When you overcare, you lose sight of your own worth, and so does everyone else. But here's the good news. You can change this. You can reclaim your presence, your energy, and your value. It starts with one simple act: setting boundaries. Remember, as Carl Jung said, you are not what happened to you. You are what you choose to become. Today, choose to value yourself. Choose to care for yourself as much as you care for others. And if this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments. What's one way you'll start prioritizing yourself this week? And don't forget to subscribe for more content on reclaiming your energy and finding your true self. Lastly, if you're intrigued by the power of solitude and why so many great minds choose it, stay tuned for my upcoming video. We'll dive deep into how solitude can transform your life and why it's essential for personal growth. Your journey to being seen starts here.